If you're anything like me, you want to maximize training time. And that means you don't want to wait to work on your striking skills until you get to the gym. You want to do it when you're at home. And today I'm going to give you 3 exercises from the plank when we're in this position that you can use to help increase your punching abilities. A lot of times we think about push-ups and people will go home and they'll be like, okay, I'm going to do 30 push-ups or as many as I can in a minute or something like that. I do those as well. But what we're going to look at today is some explosive drills that we can use from the plank that'll sort of recreate that punch motion so that when we go next time to fire our hands off, we're feeling a little bit faster and a little bit stronger. So drills from the plank to increase your punch abilities, your punch speed, your punch strength. We want to make sure that we're not just holding the plank. That's great for core work and a shoulder burn down, but that's not going to help us with punches. So I'm going to show you guys the first of these 3 drills, which I really like, and I call these hand to elbow. So we start on our hands and we drop to our elbows. Now if I go like this, there's a bit of workout there, but it's not what I want. I want that fast speed. So you want a nice cushy surface because when you come down, you don't want your forearms slamming in too hard to the ground. Or maybe you do. Maybe you go, oh, it's great conditioning, but I don't want you to have to stop. So I'm going to show you about 20 seconds. I try to take half the time leading with one arm, and then about halfway through, I'll switch to the other one. And we're trying for a crazy rapid pace. One of the things you're going to note is I try to make sure that my hand doesn't just do this. Look at my hands just staying in place. I have to bring my hand back to where my elbow was. So I'll give you a little demo here. 20 seconds, 3, 2, 1, and I'm going. And then about there, I would transition and go off the other hand, but you get the idea. Trying to be fast, trying to be explosive, and we're getting the tricep there. As we bring it in, we've got to push ourselves up almost on one arm initially because we're trying to really get that speed. So we start with this one, and then we get to the other one right after. Great drill, something that I saw years ago. K1 World Max Champion, 2-time actually, World Max Champion, Andy Sauer out of Holland. He was doing that drill on a Bosu ball and I went, ooh, that looks cool. I gotta try it. And then one of my coaches at the gym gave me the same drill, but on the ground, and I went, this is now a staple. It's a staple of my training routine. I suggest you guys try it. Gets the heart rate up, challenges the arms, and really works that same fast motion, which we're trying to recreate to get better at punching. The next drill which I like to utilize is skull crushers because there's so much explosive motion through the tricep and a lot of tricep when we throw our punches. So a skull crusher from the plank looks like this. I find the further I bring my hands away, the easier it is. So I try to keep my hands fairly close so I really engage the triceps, elbows close to my rib cage, and then pop. And I'm trying to do this as quick as I can. Little pause here. And on this one, you're in addition gonna really feel the stomach light up. But we want to focus on that tricep extension. How many of these? What I normally do, I would put a timer on and kind of mix it into another, I don't know, 2 or 3 drills. Maybe I'd be working legs. I jump down and then skull crushers for 30 seconds. The final drill which I'm going to utilize is to really get those shoulders lighting up. And again, we're always working on speed in these. I'm not a big fan of slow when I'm thinking about the purpose of punching. We're going to go from our plank, which is here, and we're going to crush in and then push out. So we're really getting that pop, and that's a big part of punching. If I have my shoulders in tight, I have to pop it forward. So from this position here, where I'm nice and high, I come down, I collapse, I put my hips, my nose to the ground, and I push myself out. This one is going to get hard fast, surprisingly fast. It might not look like it, but if you put a 30-second timer on and you can make it through the whole 30 seconds, you're doing a very good job. That body is going to light up. Now, what you could do with all these drills is make one after the other, but we don't want massive fatigue. We don't want you going from the up downs or the hand to elbow, hand, elbow, elbow, do that for 20 seconds, and then up into skull crushers and go, oh, I can't do it. Now my skull crushers are like this, like, oh, really slow. So I would advise focusing on doing everything full speed, which means 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off. To the next drill, 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off, and then finishing with those explosive drops and extensions through the shoulders, 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off. And then you can take a longer break if you feel you need it. If you feel you're huffing and puffing, a longer break. If you're like, oh, you know what? I'm feeling good, then roll through a second time. But the emphasis on these is to stay explosive. Same idea when we do push-ups. We don't want our push-ups, let's say we're at like 30, and then like 31, 32. That's not gonna recreate that punch which we want. We want the explosive. And if we start to slow down, it's a good idea to take that pause, work that recovery, and then get back to boom, really fast. This is, of course, if you're thinking about punch, the punch style which you want. If you're just working, oh, I want to get good endurance, then sure, you can slow down. But if the focus is twitchy punches, they'll snap, we want to take that pause, we want to recover and make sure that all the motions we do are also snappy, just like a punch. So there are 3 drills you can work from home. Like I said, I don't like just waiting until I go to the gym to do my exercise. I like just dropping sometimes and just getting 2-3 minutes. Sometimes even a half hour. I'll be in the kitchen, something is in the oven. I'm like, yeah, I might as well get some exercise right now and just get to it. So that's all, guys. Thanks for joining today. I'll see you back here soon for another video.